The legend that, in my opinion, symbolized the Cold War and American air superiority over the northern climes of Alaska, Greenland, Canada, etc. The F-106 Delta Dart in action. Here we go with a Squadron Signal Publications aircraft number 15. Going into the Wayback Machine, Mr. Peabody, you can see that 15 is spelled out. Inside we have the usual credits. This one is to Captain Don Carson, and the drawings, illustrations, and color are all by Lou Drendel, a Squadron Signal legend. You'll see his name appear a lot in these publications. Interestingly enough, in this particular one, the frontispiece does not include a description of the front cover like later editions. And that is because, as you can see up here in the copyright, 1974. So it's when Squadron Signal was still newly minted, getting up and running. So this book is going to have a little bit of a different look and feel of some of the later publications, which you'll see later in this series. So going through the usual great reference material, as you can see, captions on all the photographs, which give the detail. Here you see the cockpit layout and the unusual yoke configuration of the control column, which made the F-106, again, a very unusual aircraft for America. Here we see the Squadron Signal line drawing page. Now, again, because this is early on in the production run of this series, there are no specifications such as power plant, wingspan, length, top speed, fuel consumption, and things of that nature. It's just one line drawing of an F-106A. And as you can see here, pretty much the standard fare. Here's a great plan form during a break. Those F-106 is such a beautiful aircraft. This is one of my favorites right here. And this is, again, the streamlined underside. You can see the tail section with that Pratt & Whitney engine like a stovepipe, just signifying power and speed. It's a Mach 2 plus fighter back in late 1950s through late 1970s is when it's shown, and was really in charge of defending the air over America. Here we see the F-106B two-seat trainer version. There was only the F-106A, F-106B. There's an example of that. Moving on through. There's more information, more squadrons, more little tweaks about what it did. They also put an M61 Vulcan 20mm cannon on this later in its production life, and some add-ons at the airfields as well. Just through and through. Here we see the canopy. What's it called? The canopy iteration of the F-106, which has the reinforced top here. And here we have the bubble canopy, which you can see there for better visibility, as per usual in American fighters. Always looking for the good visibility. And this is one of my favorite pages as well. This is a circle of the ADC, Air Defense Command fighters of the late 50s and early 60s. Can you name them going around clockwise, starting up there? It's the F-104, followed by the F-106 down here, F-100 Super Sabre, and one of my favorite enigmatic planes, the F-89 Scorpion, which the F-106 pretty much took over for, as well as the F-101 Voodoo, which was the first super hot rod, I think, of the American jet generation. And here the much plagued but legendary F-102 Delta Dagger, which was the precursor of the F-106. So these are the aircraft keeping the skies of America safe, again, over Alaska, Canada, Greenland, built to counter the Soviet bomber streams that were thought to be possibly coming over the pole during a World War III event. And these were the planes that were going to be up to shoot them down, some of them with actually nuclear-tipped missiles. More about that anon. So back cover here, just a couple of F-106s. But there it is. Squadron Signal F-106, Delta Dart in Action, Squadron Signal Publications number 15. And as an add-on bonus for the best F-106 shots I've ever seen, Super Blue. Look at those. New Jersey Air National Guard F-106s in the steep climb. And I'll be reviewing this book at a later date. So far, so good.